Hey, have you ever thought about what Keanu Reeves might say about love? I'm sharing his take today, and trust me, it's worth sticking around for. Picture this: dating someone who overthinks everything. Sounds exhausting, right? But here's the twist. Keanu's wisdom reveals why they might just be the best people to love. Their minds never stop, sure, but that's exactly why their love hits different: deep, intentional, and unforgettable. You'll want to hear this through to the end, because if Keanu's taught me anything, it's that an overthinker's heart is a rare gift, and I'm here to tell you why it's one worth cherishing. Have you ever loved someone who thinks too much? Someone whose mind never seems to rest? Who constantly plays out different scenarios for even the smallest situations? They may overwhelm you with their questions, their overanalysis, and their unnecessary worries. But if you ever get the chance to date an overthinker, cherish it. Because the truth is, loving someone like that isn't just a challenge, it's a gift. They don't love lightly. An overthinker doesn't fall in love recklessly. They hesitate, they analyze, they worry. But that also means when they finally choose to love you, they do so with all their heart and mind. They pay attention to the little things. Remember the details you casually mention. Notice when something's off, even if you don't say it. To them, love isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's a commitment, a promise to themselves that they will do everything in their power to make you happy. They will always try to understand you, not just by listening, but by observing, analyzing, and putting themselves in your shoes. They don't just want to know what you think. They want to understand why you feel the way you do. They notice the subtle changes in your tone, the way you react to certain things, and the emotions you don't express in words. When conflicts arise, they don't brush them under the rug or pretend they don't exist. Instead, they seek resolution, wanting to make sure both of you truly understand each other. They don't give up easily. If there's one thing that defines an overthinker in love, it's their unwavering loyalty. They won't walk away just because of a misunderstanding or a fight. Instead, they will try to fix it, to find a way to make things right. They may wonder if they are good enough for you, if their constant worrying is too much for you. But one thing you can always be sure of is that they never want to leave your side. Sometimes they overthink things, create unnecessary worries, and stress over small details. But it's not because they lack confidence. It's because they want things to be perfect, especially when it comes to the person they love. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to make the wrong decision. And above all, they don't want to lose something they have worked so hard to hold on to. Be patient with them. Show them that they don't have to worry so much. That love doesn't always need to be analyzed. That sometimes just feeling and being in the moment is enough. An overthinker may drive you crazy with their thoughts, but they will also love you the deepest, the most completely, and the most unconditionally. If you have the love of an overthinker, you have someone who will always stand by your side, always strive to understand you, and always cherish you. And that is one of the greatest gifts you can have in love. Have you ever wondered how an overthinker loves? If you're dating one, you've probably noticed that their love is different. They don't just care about you, they think about you all the time. From the smallest details like what you prefer for breakfast, to deeper thoughts about how they can make you happy in the long run. An overthinker doesn't just miss you when you're away. They don't just wait for your messages. They think about you in a way that few people ever do. They remember every little thing that others might overlook. You once casually mentioned your favorite cafe on the corner. They remember. You talked about a book you loved back in high school. They still remember. If you like your coffee with a little milk but no sugar, they'll never forget. They pay attention to every tiny detail about you. Not because they are trying to, but because you naturally occupy a significant space in their mind. And that's how they love, with absolute attentiveness, with a deep awareness of the smallest things, and with a heart that always puts you first. More than just thinking about you, they think for you. An overthinker doesn't just want you to be happy. They want to make sure that every decision they make benefits you in the best possible way. When you go out to eat, they'll consider your preferences before choosing a restaurant. If you're struggling with a problem, they will spend hours thinking about ways to help you feel better. And if you're sad, they will do everything in their power to bring back your smile. They don't just love with emotions, they love with intention, always centering their thoughts around you. An overthinker's love is not fleeting. They don't fall in love recklessly, they don't date casually, and they certainly don't let go easily. When an overthinker loves, they love with their whole heart and an unwavering sense of loyalty. They don't spend their time looking for someone else or comparing you to others. Because once they've chosen you, it means they've thought it through, considered it carefully, and decided that you are the one they want to be with. For them, love is not a game. They don't have time for mind games. They don't disappear and reappear just to test your emotions. They don't play with feelings because they think too much to ever do that. Every decision they make is deliberate, and if they have chosen to stay by your side, it means they genuinely want to be there. So if you're in love with an overthinker, appreciate them, because not everyone can love with the kind of honesty and depth that they do. They will always think about you, put you first, and never leave unless they have no other choice. Their love may be complex, but it is also one of the most precious kinds of love you will ever experience. Dating an overthinker can be a beautiful gift, but it also comes with challenges. When you love someone who thinks too much, you're not just loving them. You're also loving the endless stream of thoughts that run through their mind. And sometimes those very thoughts can make them anxious, overanalyze everything, and need constant reassurance. They can be overly sensitive to your emotions. An overthinker doesn't just care about you, they absorb your emotions. If you're having a bad day, they will feel it deeply. They don't just comfort you, they internalize your sadness as if it were their own. If you're quiet or seem upset, they will immediately wonder if they did something wrong. Even if you're just stressed from work, they might worry that it's something they said or did, and that thought alone can weigh them down. Overthinking can make them suffer unnecessarily. They worry about things that others wouldn't even notice. A delayed text reply can lead to a dozen negative thoughts. They might think, did I say something wrong? Are they upset with me? Is something happening that I don't know about? And if you don't clarify, they will fill in the blanks with the worst-case scenario. If you forget to reply to their message, they might start creating multiple explanations in their mind. Are they ignoring me? Are they losing interest? Did something happen? These thoughts loop in their head, making them anxious even when there's no real reason to be. Sometimes they need reassurance. They don't expect you to be available all the time, but they do need clear communication. If you're feeling down, just let them know, whether it's work stress, exhaustion, or something unrelated to them, rather than leaving them to guess. Silence can be terrifying for them, so if you need space, a simple message like, "I'm just tired, it's nothing," can stop them from overthinking for hours. Dating an overthinker is an emotional journey. There will be times when their deep care and attentiveness surprise you, but there will also be moments when their unnecessary worries overwhelm you. They love with all their heart, but that also makes them vulnerable. If you love an overthinker, be patient with them, communicate openly, and remind them that you are there. With just a little understanding, you will see that their love is one of the most valuable things you could ever receive. Loving an overthinker isn't a challenge. It's an opportunity to experience a love that is deep, genuine, and filled with emotion. But for that love to thrive, you need to understand how to love them the right way. Overthinkers are not controlling or demanding. They simply love intensely and want to ensure your happiness. So when they ask you about your day, they're not just making small talk. They genuinely care. They want to know how you feel, what happened, and if there's anything they can do to make you feel better. Sometimes this level of attention might feel overwhelming, but in reality, it's just their way of showing love. If you understand this, you will appreciate their efforts rather than feel pressured by them. One of the most important things when loving an overthinker is clear and honest communication. They don't expect you to share everything, but they do need transparency. If you've had a bad day, tell them, "I'm just tired from work today," rather than staying silent and letting them create endless worst-case scenarios in their head. If you need space, be upfront. "I just need some quiet time, but it's nothing bad." Don't leave them guessing, because they will always assume the worst. When you communicate openly, they feel reassured and won't spiral into unnecessary worry. Making an overthinker feel secure in a relationship is the key to long-term happiness. They may overthink small things, but sometimes a simple reassurance is all they need to feel at peace. A short "I love you" or "I'm here for you" can mean more than you realize. To them, love isn't just an emotion, it's a commitment. When they hear these words from you, they don't have to question whether you still care. Show them that they don't always need to worry, that your love is solid and unwavering. A spontaneous hug, a thoughtful morning text, or a gentle reminder that you're not going anywhere can make all the difference. Loving an overthinker isn't hard, but it does require patience and understanding. They love with all their heart, with deep devotion, and sometimes with a little too much worry. But if you learn to communicate clearly, appreciate their love, and help them feel secure, you will have a love that few others can offer. A love built on care, commitment, and absolute sincerity. So, there you have it. Keanu Reeves' take on why loving an overthinker might just be the best thing ever. I've learned that their endless thoughts aren't a flaw. They're proof of how deeply they care. If you've got an overthinker in your life, stick with them. They'll love you in ways you never imagined. What do you think? Drop your thoughts below, and let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching till the end. You're the real MVP here.